a kiss between the lines. The rain was falling softly, the kind that blended into the quiet hum of the city. Lila stood in front of the old bookstore, her hands clutching a folded umbrella she hadn't bothered to open. Inside, Aidan was leaning against a shelf, absorbed in a poetry book. Their eyes met through the rain-speckled glass. "I don't think it's fair," Lila said as she stepped inside, shaking off the rain. Aidan looked up. "Fair? You, hogging all the best books." She smiled, her voice teasing but her gaze sincere. He grinned, closing the book and holding it out. "Here, take it. It's yours." She hesitated. "You can't just give it up that easily." "You're right," he said, tucking it into his jacket. "Guess you'll have to stay and read it with me." They sat on a bench at the back of the shop, where time seemed to pause. Aidan opened the book and read aloud. "If the rain is speaking quietly, you can sleep now." "That's beautiful," Lila murmured. "It's yours if you want it." She tilted her head, pretending to think. Only if you read me another one." He laughed. "You're demanding, aren't you?" "Not demanding. Selective," she said, her eyes meeting his. Their conversation was interrupted by the bell of the shop door. It was closing time. "Walk me home?" Lila asked, and Aidan nodded. The rain hadn't stopped. They walked under his umbrella, their shoulders brushing. Aidan turned to her suddenly. "Why were you out in the rain earlier?" he asked. "I like the rain," she said. "It's the only time the world feels quiet enough to think." "What were you thinking about?" She hesitated. "About why I've never seen you in that shop before." He smirked. "Maybe I've been waiting for the right day to bump into you." "Really? You don't seem the patient type," she teased, though her cheeks flushed at his words. At her door, Lila paused, fiddling with the hem of her coat. "Do you want to borrow the book?" Aidan asked, his voice softer now. "No," she said, stepping closer. "I'd rather keep you reading it to me." His hand found hers, their fingers laced like they were always meant to. "The rain speaking quietly again," he murmured. Lila smiled. "And?" "You can sleep now," he said, leaning in, their lips meeting in a kiss that spoke every word they hadn't yet said. The book fell to the ground, forgotten, as the rain continued to fall.